thank you very much for tuning in. Now, before we kick off with this review, just letting you know that this is an educational channel only. I do not sell any Veepon products, and if you're under the ages of 18 or 21, please don't continue watching this content. Now we've got that aside, let's get down to the review. Today we're going to be looking at the Royal i3 by Royal Custom, Veepon, and a collaboration with Monarchy. Now this is a Monarchy edition. I've previously done the i3 review, which was just Veepon and Royal Custom, but the collaboration between Monarchy, you'll see why the collaboration has been done and what this looks like, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's go down, unbox it, check what's inside, and as always, we'll share pros, cons, and give it a rating. I am really loving the style of this, which you will see in a second. But yeah, collaboration with Monarchy. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it, see what's inside, and then we will, of course, dive down and have a deeper look into the detail of this beauty. You'll get the user manual, a product information card, Type-C charger, and you'll get 2 drip tips. Now we're going to look at the first one. This is the threaded one. So as you can see, the threading on this is very nicely done. It's nice and smooth, no issues there. But this black one is threaded and it's got a wider bore in there. Then you're going to look at this one, which is your push fit 510 drip tip, because it is 510. The 2 O-rings there. Now the device does come with the flush nut installed, so not to panic, it does come with it. Now this does come off completely if you want to run it that way, if you don't want that on there. But yeah, that's one option for you for this, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to set that aside, and now we're going to look at the product itself. I just want to appreciate the detail on this bad boy. Look at that. Now I know this is a bit on the pricier side compared to the original version, but in my honest opinion, if you're into, like, you know, engraved panels and that kind of design and that style, you're going to love this. However, if you're not into that kind of thing, in all honesty, the simple plain version of this does the job. But I had to get it because I love Monarchy's work. I love what Jacek does, love Veepon and what they do, and this is, yeah, my first product that I'm getting, you know, with the Royal Custom Malaysia. But yeah, absolutely fantastically done, as you can see. Let's look at the base. The base has got some nice engraving as well. Let me just try and get it into focus. Apologies if it comes off, but yeah, got all the crowns there at the top as well. That's just plain, but you'll see the panels at the top there engraved as well, right on the top. It's just stunning. That fire button just feels amazing. It does see in there Monarchy Edition in there. We're going to take the panels off, so these panels do come off. Now the whole product is made of aluminium and 316 stainless steel. Now the body, stainless steel 316, and in the panels you've got aluminium here, which are very nicely done. Honestly, they're very nicely done. I will point out though, there's some sharp points on this that would be better if it was rounded off, and that's just my honest opinion, but it can feel a bit sharp. But yeah, it is what it is. There's your connection point there. So at the top there, we've got the flush nut and the battery threaded cap there at the top, but we'll take off the flush nut at the top here, which is nice and smooth. I've got no issues. As you can see, it's just coming off nicely. Now I will say the flush nut could have been a little bit better in my honest opinion. I think this could have been a bit better considering the device is good quality and everything. So I'm not saying that this is you know, got any defects or any issues, but just I think this could have been a little bit better in terms of the quality for the Monarchy edition anyway. But I've had no issues with the device from the original version. But threading's nice on that. And as you can see, you've got a build tab in this product. I like that innovation right there with the build tab. I think there's a bit of glue in the body there, which there is, because I have not used this build tab, so a bit there. But that's not a problem. Anyways, build tab there, which is great. You can use your fire button, up and down buttons, and then your screen as well. So really good for traveling out in the go. It does say Royal Customs there, if you can see Royal Customs. It does say Royal there. You've got some some rubber seals that are just there, which the magnets are hidden behind there. So once you stick this on, it connects to these magnets that are on the panels. As you can see, there's magnets there. Oh, I just still can't get over how beautiful these panels are. Absolute stunning. Absolutely gorgeously done. Beautiful design in there. And then this panel at the front comes off as well, which is awesome. So I can stick this on to any other colorway that you know, of these mods that I've got, but which is great. So you can get any colorways and put these Monarchy panels on as well. So they're all interchangeable, which is brilliant. But yeah, that's the front panel there. The buttons as well. I mean, I've tried to get them out, but they don't come out. So don't try it. It's all connected in. I thought this panel might have come off and you could change over buttons and stuff, but that would have been a good shout for this, I think. I think I can get behind there if I take these magnets off and stuff, but I'm not going to do that. Don't want to damage the product. Now, buttons down, up button, and fire button, and like it's showing you, that OLED screen there. Got negative for the battery, positive obviously facing down. There's your connection point there, and there, which is nicely done. But yeah, this is a cracking device. Now, of course, like I said, this is for your dot RBAs. The maximum wattage is 60 watts. It's done very, very nicely on this kit. So with this DNA 60, you can do your temp control, preheat, all that stuff, all that jazz. But yeah, let's get a tank in here and get it set up. We'll get a battery in and show you how this bad boy looks like once it's all set up. Now we're going to stick the titanium, the sturdy titanium. I know I need to fill this up, but it will do for now until, well, it does need a rewick, so we'll just use this for now. Now, it's non-adjustable, of course, in there where the 510 is, but yeah, let's just get this in. It does go quite deep down in there. Just need to give that a little twist. Just make sure you're holding on to the tank because sometimes it can kind of go off to one way. You want to make sure, but it is centered and it will only connect once it's centered. So getting that tank in there is pretty easy, man. That looks really good on top of in there. So let's get the panels on. So we've got the front panel, just clips on. There's no rattle on it as well. Very good and sturdy on this with the magnets. Now we're going to get the side panel, pop that on, just slides on, no rattle. Same on the other side. And I forgot to mention, you've got your Type-C charger port there as well, so you can charge the product. You've got Veepon there on the side as well. Pop that on. And that's it. That looks so good. And this is what it looks like with that drip tip. That's got the stainless steel at the base there. And this is what it looks like with the shorter, more wider drip tip that's got the threading on it. So it sits nice and snug in there. It literally fits in perfectly, as you can see. It's nice and flush in there, which I think looks very, very good in there. But today we're going to use this sturdy drip tip because it matches with the RBA. I think that looks fantastic in here. Looks like a great setup, and that is absolutely sexy, absolutely phenomenal. So that's what we've got in there. Of course, you've got your little flush nut at the top there. So I am going to take this off. It just makes it easier to get in here. You don't need to take this completely out to put your battery in. This is literally just to press down the battery and make sure that it stays securely in there for the contact. So that's all that does. You don't need to completely take this out. And we're just going to get this battery and install it now. So pop that in. And that goes. And then we're just going to screw this down. And I think that will look not too bad. It would be better with a different battery wrap. But we're working with this one. So that's the one that I've got at hand. Let's turn that screen on so you can see under there it did say Royal. That's just your basic DNA. We all know how it works. So, of course, you've got your resistance, voltage, and then you've got your ampage as well. You can see my resistance, 0.46. And your wattage, you can just turn up and down using the up and down buttons and select what you want. It's very simple to use this. I don't need to go in depth because we all know how a DNA board works. But if you've got any questions about it, leave it in the comments and then I can try and help you out. But yeah, this is very, very good, very easy to use as well. I've got no issues there. I like that there's a little bits of rubber there to kind of give the device a bit of grip. But with this little flush nut screwed in, it's absolutely great. It does have a rainbow colorway at the top there, but I don't know if I like that very much so. But it is machining and other issues with this, with the residue and stuff, so I'm sure I can try and get that off, but that's not a big problem, is it? Because it's not even picking up. It's not like completely clear, but you can see that, can't you, at the top there. So of course this is for your dot tanks, so don't try and get a borrowed tank and stick it in there because it will not fit. And that's us with the Royal VI3 by Veepon, Royal Custom Malaysia and Monarchy. So let's go up, vape on it, share pros, cons and give it a rating. So we've now unboxed this gorgeous little mod. As you can see, it's absolutely stunning. Looks perfect. Now, I have changed the dot tank, the dot RBA in here, and the drip tip, because this sturdy one that I've put in needs a rewick. And yeah, the rainbow drip tip didn't match this Alexa 6 RBA that I've got in here, which is one of my all-time favourites. Absolute fantastic RBA, highly recommend it. But yeah, we're gonna test it out with this one. So here we go, 33 watts in this beauty. Here we go, let it rip. Listen to the crackle, it's lovely. Beautiful. I like that this has got large cutouts on the panels, as you can see. Lots of airflow getting in there. There is no restriction there whatsoever, so airflow's getting right through that. Of course, if you put your hand in front of it, you'll notice that. It tones it down, but nothing majorly. But yeah, this is performing very well. Ramp up's really good. Ramp up's really good. Flavour's beautiful. Now, pros and cons. What cons do I have to say about the Monarchy edition of the i3? Now, one thing it's not really, well, it is a con. Yes, it is a con, I would say. Round at the front of the panel here, just here, because obviously the deep engraving there on the panels, there's a little bit of sharpness. Sometimes it's really difficult to resolve when machining these, but yeah, you sometimes can't get to certain points of the panels, but this seems like it would be an awkward way, well, an awkward place to smooth off with the cutouts there, the engraving there. I am no specialist or professional. I am just assuming this, but that I feel that it's a little bit jaggy in the sides here, but that's not a major issue. Honestly, it really isn't a major issue. The rest of the body and everything, the detail, is just absolutely stunning. Of course, the important thing here is the performance of the product. Now, the performance of it is great because the ramp up is very quick on this. Like, as soon as you've got this back up, well, off of the standby, then you can just fire it up, and it fires up very, very well. Once you've got it going, it's great. No issues there. I have had no issues with them using this in terms of resistance drop, or, you know, in terms of resistance just going up and down on this. Yeah, there's been no problem whatsoever. Battery life is very good in this. Of course, it's an external 18650, but I've had no issues with the battery there. But yeah, pros. We're looking at pros now. Sometimes I end up rambling on and then I go to the pros without even letting you know I'm getting into the pros. But yeah, this is got to be one of my favourite dot RBA compatible devices. One of my favourites because it's so compact. It's tiny, performs well, but I think the bonus for this product is it's got an installed build tab on the side of this panel, which I find absolutely fantastic. It's amazing it's there. So when you're traveling and stuff, wrong side, Jeff. When you're traveling and everything, this is ideal because you don't need to use a big heavy mod or anything, you know, for your RBAs and stuff, especially borrow. At least you've got something there to go and use rather than taking a separate mod or your build tab, which is great. So great for traveling with, 100%. Yeah, other pros for this, because like I said, there's only that one con with the sharpness. There's nothing I can say about this that I dislike. Love this mod very much so. Because of the big gaps there at each side, there's less condensation building up, so less build up of the condensation there, which is great. Of course, when you're vaping in this, don't cover it up completely with your hand and squeeze it, because you will block off the airflow at the bottom there. What else can I say? I mean, I love the feel and the texture, the look of this fire button. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Love this. And then you've got the Monarchy at the bottom there for your down and up button, which I very much like. So attention to detail on this is absolutely fantastic. It would have been nice to have the body a bit engraved, I think, maybe. But that's just me saying that. But yeah, I just think these panels and everything are just spot on. Drip tips is great. They give you a couple of drip tips. Fantastic. And they're nice drip tips, but it would have been nicer to have something special from Monarchy for the drip tip to match, I think. I think that's what I would have liked. But maybe a bit of knurling or something, or I don't know. But something just to match those panels. Yeah, absolute spot on with this one. I've got no complaints. It does what it should be doing. There's no major cons. I have had no issues in terms of fire up or anything like that of the sort, or any shorts, or yeah, this has just been no issues with it. And it's the same for the i3, the one that I've previously reviewed, and the videos up there on the YouTube channel. But yeah, I've had no issues with that either. So I'm very pleased with it. It's a great device, great product, and I personally will be using it. This will be in my collection. I will not get rid of it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, in terms of the rating, what would I give it for build quality? Now, this for me, regardless of the sharp edging, I have to give this a 10 out of 10 because you know yourself with the detail and everything like that, looking at that, it's just too good to start taking points off of this because it's stunning, absolute stunning. Now, in terms of the performance, the ramp up, and you know the performance of the whole product using it, I'll give this a 10 out of 10. I've thoroughly enjoy using this. Like I said, no issues at all. It does what it should be doing. It does what I personally like, and it fires up, and it just, yeah, it's just absolutely awesome. Love it. Absolutely love it. There's nothing more to say, but Monarchy, Veepon, and Royal Custom did a fantastic job in this. And Monarchy's designs, just the crown and everything, I really dig that. That's just me. I like it a lot. Very much so. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And of course, if you've got any questions or comments, leave it down below. Please do hit that like button, and also subscribe if you've not already done so. But big shout out to all of you for supporting the channel. Until next time, I'll see you again in the next review. Take care. All the best.